Imagine an African general so fierce, so determined, that the mighty French Empire called him the Black Napoleon. But unlike Napoleon, he wasn't conquering Europe. He was defending his people, his faith, and his freedom right here in West Africa. Today, we dive into the story of Samory Touré, the Lion of Monde, the unsung hero who built an empire and fought colonial rule like no other. Our story begins around 1830 in present-day Guinea. Samory was not born into power, not into royalty. He was just a regular boy from the Mandinka people. But life wasn't easy. When he was still young, his mother was captured by slave raiders. Instead of running or giving up, young Samory struck a deal. He served his mother's captors for 7 long years until he earned her freedom. That sacrifice, that resilience, it defined him. He wasn't just another warrior. He was a man who put family and community above all. By his late 20s, Samory had become a skilled trader, diplomat, and warrior. But when foreign threats and rival groups tried to destabilize his people, Samory didn't wait for a savior. He became the savior. In the 1860s West Africa, he began uniting Mandinka clans under his leadership. He trained his men with modern military tactics, some even inspired by the Europeans themselves. Picture this: soldiers in formation, not just scattered fighters, cavalry units, muskets, and even captured rifles. A disciplined army known as the Sofa, loyal, fierce, and unstoppable. Within years, Samory Touré transformed from local trader into the commander of a rising empire, the Wassulu Empire. By the 1870s, Samory had carved out a powerful state, the Wassulu Empire, stretching across modern Guinea, Mali, Sierra Leone, and Ivory Coast. His capital was Bissandougou, a city buzzing with trade, scholarship, and Islamic learning. Samory promoted Islam as a unifying force, blending faith with governance, and unlike many leaders of the time, he didn't rely only on brute strength. He was a master of diplomacy, signing treaties when it suited him, breaking them when necessary, and always playing the long game. This was no warlord. This was a statesman, a strategist, and a visionary. But here's where the story gets intense. While Samory was building his empire, another power was moving in: France. The French were determined to expand their colonial reach, and Samory's empire stood directly in their path. From the 1880s onward, the clash was inevitable. Samory fought them with every tactic possible: guerrilla warfare in the forests, large-scale battles in the savannah, strategic retreats to regroup and rebuild. At one point, he even relocated his entire empire eastward to keep the fight alive. Can you imagine? Thousands of people, soldiers, families, traders, moving with him to build new strongholds. That's leadership on another level. The French called him the Black Napoleon. But let's be clear, Samory Touré wasn't fighting to conquer the world. He was fighting to protect it, his people, his culture, his independence. For over 2 decades, he resisted the French, making them sweat, bleed, and rethink their plans. Even when his supply lines were cut, even when he had fewer guns, he never gave in easily. But history can be cruel. By 1898, after years of relentless war, betrayals, and dwindling resources, Samory Touré was finally captured. The French exiled him far away to Gabon, hoping to silence his influence. There, the great lion of Africa spent his final days, passing away in 1900. But did they break his spirit? Never. Samory Touré remains a symbol of defiance, resilience, and African pride, because his story isn't told enough. He wasn't just a warrior, he was a freedom fighter. He wasn't just a leader, he was a visionary who understood unity, strategy, and sacrifice. In a world where colonial empires thought Africa would fall easily, Samory stood tall and declared, "Not on my land, not on my watch."
What do you think about Samory Touré's story?
Have you heard of him before today? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, and if you love hearing the stories of Africa's unsung heroes, don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring legends from the motherland. Because history is only forgotten when we stop telling it. That's the story of Samory Touré, the African lion who roared against empire.